been around the block once or twice with Mario Kart. I started with Mario Kart 64 as a kid, got Mario Kart Wii in my early teens, bought Super Mario Kart in my late teens, and played Mario Kart 8 on the Wii U as a young adult. I skipped over Double Dash in middle school because I was too busy being edgy with Kirby Air Ride and Shadow the Edgy Hedgy. Mario Kart 8 Deluxe is essentially an extension of its Wii U's original, but I played it so long ago and I played it so much less than the other titles that the line between where the original ends and the extension starts really blurs for me, so I'm just gonna treat it as its own thing. Right off the bat, we gotta get this out of the way.
Holy shit, them graphics!
Look, man, I know graphics don't make the game, but my god, in comparison to the Wii entry,
Holy shit, them graphics!
I'm sorry, I know gamers hate it when people care about graphics, and I don't care about graphics that much. I'm a retro gamer for God's sake, but brother, for a Mario Kart game, it deserves mentioning. This game is just beautiful.
Holy shit, them graphics!
Alright, fine, we got that out of the way. Now for the game itself. You got your standard Mario Kart fanfare going on. There are 4 different CC classifications which equate to how fast you go, and then mirror. I don't really understand why games ever include a mirror mode. Maybe I'm the weird one, but outside of Diddy Kong Racing, which I had a legitimate obsession with, I've never appreciated or wanted to play a mirror in any racing game. It just doesn't do it for me. I'll tell you what does do it for me though. Accomplishments! As with previous entries, this game has trophies. Gold, silver, and bronze. You get these by playing cups, which have a point system. Finish 4 races in first place gets you gold, and you can figure out the rest. But a new addition in this game is the star system, which is Nintendo's clever and or cheap way of encouraging you to play everything. You see, coming in first place isn't enough to get you 3 stars. You gotta come in first on all 4 races if you want that. And what do you think I'm gonna do? Play this game without getting all 3 stars on every cup? No. Of course I'm going to get all the stars for all the trophies. I'm a Nintendo fan, aren't I? I have to collect everything in a game. It's just the rules. So this is how they get you. But it's not terrible. Don't get me wrong. 50cc is slow as molasses, but while you're cruising through the goo, you get to collect coins. That's right. The mechanic they ditched after the first game is back in action. Coins make you go a little bit faster, but they also count towards unlockables. In this game, your kart is customizable, complete with stat changes. You can change the body, the tires, and the thing that lets you fall in style. Admittedly, I actually never really paid attention to the stats. I really just did it for the cosmetics. Unfortunately, you can only hold 10 coins at a time in a race, meaning you can only collect a maximum of 40 coins per cup, and that's if you don't get hit by a shell or something right before the finish line. You're gonna need to collect well over 4,000 coins if you want to get everything, so I hope you like Mario Kart, because you're gonna be playing it a lot. Thank God the Mushroom Kingdom doesn't have a tax system. But okay, enough about what you can get by playing. What about the playing itself? I'm happy to report that, if I'm being honest, this might just be the best and most well-balanced Mario Kart game ever. Look man, I'm not joking. Mario Kart has always done its best to try to find the balance between casual and, well, not competitive, but skill-based gameplay. Each game has always had their items and their gimmicks. The first game was much more skill-based. You genuinely had to be a good driver if you wanted to win the race. But it was also cheap because it didn't matter how good you were. The computer was always going to be hot on your tail through the use of rubber banding. No, I don't literally mean shooting rubber bands at cars. I mean that whenever you start to get a lead, the character in second will shoot up to you impossibly fast as if they just got flung by a rubber band, and whoever has the most points is the one who will always do that too. Mario Kart 64 had rubber banding as well, but it also had more items that leveled out the playing field. I'm talking of course about lightning, which shrinks everyone else down, and the blue shell, which inevitably hits the first player. It's been a long time since I played it, but I remember Mario Kart Wii playing fairly tamely in comparison to the others. It definitely felt like the most casual experience of the series, although I do like how it started emphasizing the importance of drifting, giving you a boost when you pull it off successfully, a mechanic that's carried forward in the series since. Mario Kart 8 Deluxe just really hits that sweet spot. There's no rubber banding, drifting feels perfect, there's an insane amount of items which lends itself to the casual experience, but also makes sure that nobody ever really gets too far away from each other. As long as you're on at least 150cc, you're never just going to get bored driving the entire race with nobody else popping on your screen. Speaking of others popping up on your screen, did I mention how many characters there are? There's 44, which is almost double the amount that was in the Wii title. It may not be as many characters as in Smash Ultimate, but it's still a healthy roster. Admittedly, the amount of clones does make it a little more boring. Like, I don't care about Pink Peach, and I've also never found the Koopa Kids to be appealing either. I haven't met anyone who has. But did you notice that this game has me? Me? No, me! It's the guys that you could create on the Wii, and it turns out that you can do that on the Switch too. I just don't think nearly as many people do because, I mean, what are you even going to do with them besides play Mario Kart? It's not exactly 2007 up in here. I do really like it though. I can honestly say that I am my own favorite Mario Kart character now. Wonder what Freud would do with that. Let's break down what we got so far. Gameplay, good. Roster, bountiful. Completability, desirable. But we're missing a piece of the puzzle, aren't we? That's right. You didn't think I was going to forget about the courses now, did ya? And oh baby, let me tell ya. It's one thing to have 44 playable characters, but Mario Kart 8 Deluxe has 48 horses spread out over 12 cups. Bro, that is a lot. Oh, hang on a second. I'm getting a phone call. Hello? Why, yes, I am a Nintendo Switch Online Plus subscriber, but why do you ask? If you thought 48 courses was something, that ain't nothing. If you're a Nintendo Switch Online Plus subscriber, you get the Booster Course Pass DLC, increasing the amount of courses you can play to 96. 96 might be the most lonely number in the bedroom, but it is the best number in a kart racer. 96 courses is absolute insanity, my man. To be fair, they're not all new courses. Several are reimaginings of courses from games past, but when the courses are so good, it's difficult to complain about. I mean, just look at these tracks. They're so vibrant, so colorful, so full of diversity. Like, look at this course. You start out driving in a bathroom sink. You then go underwater in a bathtub and get sucked into the pipes and pop back out on the other side. That's impressive. I mean, who at Nintendo went, this needs to be a Mario Kart level? You wouldn't think that it would work before it was created, but some genius believed in himself and turned a bathroom into a visually appealing racetrack. Another good example is this track where you're the size of a toy and you're racing around a child's playroom. The atmosphere gives me Toy Commander vibes. If you don't know what that is, then shame on you. Look it up, you uncultured swine. It makes me feel like a kid again, and I mean that in a good way. You don't want to know what the bad one is. I could talk all day about the ins and outs of the different courses, but that's also how long it would take, so I'll just cap it off with some memorable mentions. Cloud Trap Cruise makes me feel like I've gone to heaven, and heaven is Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. Bowser's Castle reminds me that hell exists, but it's okay because the guy in charge is just a bashful turtle. Excite Bike Arena seems like a really simple course that should be boring, but it's actually an entire NES game turned into a really simple course that should be boring, but isn't. Big Blue gives me a reason to hope that Nintendo hasn't forgotten that F-Zero exists. Nintendo, please! Make another F-Zero game! Animal Crossing makes me want to play Animal Crossing, which I've never done, but gosh darn is this course quaint. You drive through 4 different seasons, which I've had a hard-on for ever since Banjo-Kazooie. I love how in Hyrule Circuit you collect rupees instead of coins. And finally, Rainbow Road. Which one? Pick one. This game brings back the Rainbow Road of each mainline entry with the exception of Double Dash. I find it hilarious that this game decided to skip the same entry I skipped growing up. You would think that would be all there is to talk about in this game, but no. There are a few things left, all tied together neatly by one thing. I'm of course talking about the ultimate unlockables, the gold card parts, and Gold Mario. To unlock the gold card itself, you need to get at least 1 star in every cup in 50, 100, 150, and Mirror CC. To get the gold tires, you need to beat every Nintendo developer ghost in the time trial in 150cc in the base game, which gives me major Diddy Kong Racing vibes. To get the gold glider, you need to collect 5,000 coins, and to get the gold mustachioed plumber himself, you need to get a gold trophy in each base cup in 200cc. No stars required, which I'm a little salty about because I thought you needed to get a star in each one before, which is what I've been trying to do, and look man, if you're able to get good at 200cc, more power to you, but I suck. Getting good at a single track in 200cc requires a lot of repetition and precision. It's gonna be a minute before I get that. The last thing to talk about is battle mode. I mean, it's alright. I played around with it some online, but if I'm being honest, it didn't do it for me. And I think it's something that would be a lot more fun with friends in person, but I don't have anyone in my life interested in playing Mario Kart that doesn't projectile vomit from motion sickness when they try to play a video game. And in my experience, it's hard to even find that many people playing battle mode online. Seems like everybody's just playing the main game. So I don't see myself playing it very much going down the road. What? Are you waiting for a score or something? What do you think this is, IGN? Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. It was fun, but it had too much water in the sink level. Durr.